Good morning everyone and welcome to my channel English Literature. Today it is our fourth video on Renaissance, and in this video we will discuss the general characteristics of Renaissance, the features that distinguished Renaissance from its predecessor, the medieval age. And in general, these features mold the shape of Renaissance, and it is the characteristics of this period. Now, first of all, the first point is revival of classical learning. It is the most important point in Renaissance period, the revival of classical art and learning. During 1300 Europe, there we find a changing ambience in European society, European history. And due to the fall of Constantinople, it is a landmark incident, the fall of Constantinople 1453 by the Ottoman Turks. So in 1453 by the Ottoman Turks, Constantinople, the Byzantine Empire fall, and due to this, what happened? The Greek scholars, and there is a vast library where manuscripts and Greek literature was just kept. So Greek scholars, they fled from their place and gathered in various parts of Europe, and particularly in Italy, because Italy was at the close proximity of Greek civilization, Roman civilization, close proximity of Constantinople. That's why they fled first in Italy. And people came in contact with classical text, secular in spirit. And most of all, the classical texts were not like that religious features of medieval age. Medieval literature is totally based on religiosity, spirituality, tales of Bible, Christianity, etc. But classical literature was based on secular art. So this secularism brings a tremendous wave of new thought and inspiration for Renaissance thinkers, and that paved the way for Renaissance. People started to question, contemplate and think. This thought power, this questioning power and contemplation, that's all over Renaissance, the features of Renaissance man. Before that, people were believed and guided by blind superstition and blind religious faith. No questioning. Now number 2, the celebration of humanism. So, celebration of humanism, here we will read. It is the direct influence of Renaissance. And what is humanism? Humanism is actually a philosophy that assures the dignity and rationality of human beings. What? Dignity and rationality of human beings. Till now, what happened? Church was the supreme head. Whatever church will say, it will be correct. If church said that sun is roaming around earth and earth is fixed, okay, it is correct. If church should say that water flows down, not down but upward, then it is true. If the church said that earth is giving us the light and sun has no light at all, then it is true. So this blind faith, blind following, blind religious superstition was corrupted medieval Europe. And medieval Europe was totally plunged into that stagnant orthodoxity. And Renaissance time, when people came in contact with the Greek literature, particularly classical literature that was secular in spirit, people started questioning. They gave importance on human rationality. We are human beings, we have reason power, we have brain, so we must use it. And that shift from God to man. In medieval period, total emphasis was on God. Whatever we do or think or perform, totally guided and controlled by our spiritual faith and spiritual beliefs. But it gradual shift we notice from God to man. Emphasis on not God but on man, human endeavor, human characteristic, human rationality, human dignity, human assurance. In this way, a constant shift we can notice here. And again, the feudal system when broke, the supremacy of one particular class was denied. In the feudal system, who were at the top? The monarch, the kings, the priests, the nobles. They were at the top head. But with the declining of feudal system, the particular class, the priority, the advantage of being in a particular space, particular class that was denied. The sense of equality was coming. It is not that everyone was treated in the same position, but even that dominance was gradually crumbling down. And in art, literature, everywhere, emphasis was on human endeavor, exploration, human competency, human genius were given priority. The spirit of individualism and humanism began to dominate in social sphere. The creative potential of men. Men can do the miracle. Man can build. Man can write. Man can create. This human potentiality was given emphasis. Now our third point, the emergence of Renaissance men. In this time we found that Renaissance came holding the hands of various theologians, philosophers, writers, painters, sculptors, architects, and they just assured us that it is the perfect. And in Italy we find it is Dante, Petrarch, Boccaccio, Machiavelli. Again in English we found Thomas More, Francis Bacon and many more. And in this we will discuss about this Renaissance man in a particular video. We will discuss about this Renaissance man. Okay, we will give emphasis on that. Now number 4, it is spirit of inquiry. Okay. So the fourth characteristic of Renaissance is spirit of inquiry. No more blind acceptance and subjugation. Question. People started questioning whatever is happening. People started questioning why these things are happening. People started giving importance on observing. They started observing the social scenario, the political economic scenario, and even the features that was guided our life. The sky, the space, the earth, everything they started observing, not blind following. And they try to solve the mysteries of nature through their reason power. Empirical observation, it is a very important feature of Renaissance. It is that empirical observation. No dubious ideology can dominate them or can make them foolish. Number 5, that is invention. Spirit of inquiry led the invention. So when we just started questioning why it is happening, then we started finding the answer of that why in our invention. Scientific, social, economical, at every sphere of life people try to innovate. People try to search the reason, to explain, to discover the hidden truth, the experiment. Newton's laws of motion, Galileo's discovery of telescope, all at this time. Now number 6, flourishing in art. Medieval art was replaced by Renaissance spirit. Invention of instruments like piano, violin, they just encouraged more innovative musics. Number 7, Reformation. The immediate and correlated effect of Renaissance Reformation. What is the Reformation? Reformation was a reform of church practices, church indulgences, church corruption. We have discussed about Reformation in details in our previous video. So number 8, Renaissance was a bridge between middle and modern English. Actually, Renaissance came after the Middle English period and before the modern English period. So it is still that Renaissance is a bridge between middle and modern period. Again, Renaissance idealism triggered multifaceted development. We already know that Renaissance idealism gave birth to exploration, invention, scientific invention, and various types of invention and development was due to Renaissance. Number 10, rising middle class. Due to the fall of feudalism, a new class was emerging, and that was the middle class society. Use of vernacular language. Vernacular language, it has so much importance that whenever a book will be available to you or the idea, it will be more accessible for your understanding. Before that, what happened? Everything was in Latin, so it is far from the understanding of people. So Renaissance men give emphasis on translating in vernacular language. Exploration. Due to Renaissance, people started exploring new lands for trading, for just marketplace. They started searching the marketplace, and again they just want to know what is beyond this limited country. Number 13. Emphasis on concrete and visible world. No more abstract idealism can haunt the spirit of human mind. Everything they started to find what is the concrete form of it. They want to know that. No more abstract ideas can keep their heads in hallucination. Number 14. Medieval Europe was dominated by abstract ideologies, and Renaissance men emphasized this concrete concept and theories. It is included in number 13. Okay. Now 15. Individualism. Individualism is related to humanism. What is individualism? In medieval period, we find most of the writings were anonymous. People don't want to or don't bother to to sign their name. But in Renaissance period, people want to keep the mark of their creativity in human endeavor, in human history. In the pages of human history, people try to keep their name with their creativity, with their art, with their literature, with their painting, with their writing. So this individual spirit to give emphasis on human endeavor and human creativity was the foremost feature of Renaissance. Okay, so these are the 15 characteristics. Actually it is 14, and these some characteristics are interrelated, you can say, but these are the general basic characteristics of Renaissance period. And in our next video we will talk about Italy, where Renaissance first appeared and why Renaissance first appeared in Italy. Why not in other European countries? So in our next video we will discuss about the convenient features that accelerated Renaissance in Italy first and give it the priority. Okay, so thank you, bye.